TransEnterix, ticker symbol TRXC, is a company that I have covered on this channel quite a few times. Now, whenever I did first originally do my analysis of this company, I came to the conclusion that it wasn't one that I was going to be investing in at that time. But as time has gone on, as more news has been released, and as I have watched the stock and I've started to consider some of the catalysts, some of the negatives, I have decided that I may be changing my mind on that one. I will go a little bit further in detail more later towards the end of the video. So definitely do stick around towards the end whenever I give you guys my intentions on what I plan to do with this company. Now, with that being said, what I wanted to do today is just bring to you guys something that I tend to do with a lot of the different companies that I cover on this channel, and bring to you the 3 catalysts that I really think are going to be able to propel this company forward over the next couple years, decades, who knows how long. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, you can always let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And if you have any recommendations for videos or feedback, you can leave it in the comment section below. Now, I did announce it in my last video, but I will bring it to you guys again that I will be releasing my Patreon tomorrow morning. This is going to feature a lot of different investors and traders that I talk with on the daily. We always have some very good conversations just every single day about stocks we're going to be buying. We obviously make trades. We talk about the trades we make. I talk about my portfolio. I break down every single thing that I do whenever it comes to my trading, and so do they. It is an amazing community of people, and if you guys are interested, definitely let me know in the comment section below. If you are excited for it, it will be here tomorrow morning. Now, with that being said, I will also be bringing some extra content to the Patreon that will not be featured on this channel. So if you do want more videos, if you do want a little bit of extra content here and there, that will always, that'll also be the place to go. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead, let's jump into these 3 different catalysts. It's something that I haven't seen many YouTubers talking about. Of course, everyone always talks about the stock price and the technology and all this, but I really wanted to think about it more psychologically and just think, okay, like, what can this company do, and what are some reasons as to why it can and more than likely will, in my opinion, succeed into the future. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump straight into the video. So one of the biggest catalysts that I do believe is going to propel this company forward over the next couple years at least is the fact that they are starting to integrate AI into their procedures. Now, as we have seen going around, that AI is on its way in. The artificial intelligence industry is already starting to become a very dominant force. There are things that AI simply can do that we cannot do, and that is just how it's going to be going into the future. Now, I don't think it's going to be on some Terminator stuff, like where artificial intelligence just takes over the world, but I do believe that artificial intelligence is definitely going to be the future whenever it comes to enhancing overall functions of society. And the fact that this company is already taking initiative to start to bring that to its products and bring it to its procedures does show me that they are trying to stay ahead of the game and integrate some of this new science and technology into their field. Now, I actually do have an article that I used yesterday whenever I was talking about cloud commerce, because it does apply here as well. It says that revenues from the artificial intelligence software market worldwide from 2018 to 2025 is repeatedly growing. Now, this is the software market. So whenever it comes to necessarily being a little bit different than an operating room, it can be, but it is just simply the overall fact that we are seeing this market grow exponentially year after year, and the projections for these markets are going to continue to rise. Many companies are taking advantage of artificial intelligence. As science and technology is evolving, people are starting to realize that this can really be a key factor in growing out a company and really staying a step ahead of the game and having a very strong competitive edge over your competition. Now, the next thing that I do believe that this company has going for them that is going to be able to propel them into the future and keep them being, very, very strong is the fact that their product focus is not temporary. Now, that might sound a little bit weird. What do I mean by that? Well, we have seen some companies that their initial product or whatever they're really pushing to make, hit the mainstream is only temporary. It's only going to be around for a little while, and it's only going to solve a certain solution for maybe a specific period of time. Now, a company that I absolutely love, this is a company I have no hate against. I've brought it on this channel many times, but whenever you look at Hyliion, the specific product in which they are working on right now, being the Hypertruck ERX, it is only going to solve solutions whenever it comes to the electrification of already, pre-existing Class 8 trucks for a certain amount of time before all Class 8 trucks eventually just go EV or, they're powered by RNG or whatever. So with that being said, that company is then going to have to figure out other products. They're going to have to figure out other ways to create solutions for problems that we will see then. Now, most companies will, I do think, be able to adapt to these, new evolutions that are coming around and be able to make it. But this company specifically, their focus is not going to change. And I do think that's super duper important. So whenever I say that, well, what is the focus that they're trying to, work on? Well, they are focused on getting rid of operating room inefficiencies, surgical variability, and workforce challenges that are affecting hospitals and practices. Now, it says that there are certain limitations to traditional laparoscopy. Now, there's operating room inefficiencies. Surgeon inability to control vision can cause efficiency and safety challenges. Whenever they use those little cameras, it can get very difficult to make this whole thing work. The quick movement or unsteady control of the camera can cause fogging, which requires a pause in the procedure for cleaning, which can of course cause variabilities and be inefficient, and there could be a lot of time being wasted. There's also things whenever it comes to adjusting the way instruments are positioned for the purpose of ergonomic improvement that is inefficient. Now, there's limited clinical intelligence. Haptic feedback is limited, and there's a lack of sensing of force generated at places like the abdomen wall, which you need to know. You don't want to be pressing on anything too hard. The surgeon is not in direct control of his or her visualization, and working outside of the visual field is a common challenge due to a lack of camera control. Now, it even goes even further. There's issues. They said that there's failures in situational awareness among surgeons, and staff are associated with a higher rate of technical errors. This can create efficiency challenges with the medical assistant control of surgeon visualization. There's surgeon and staff fatigue. Now, this is where I get very, very specific when I say that their issues that they're focusing on will never change. Right? It says that there are several studies found that increased levels of fatigue were drivers of variability and technical errors, time to complete the task, and instrument handling. Now, I don't believe that that will ever change. People, unless we just start to get chipped and we are basically robots ourselves, that we are always going to get tired. That's something we can't really control. We're going to get fatigued. Whenever you're in an operating room doing the hard job that these doctors have, there is fatigue. They're going to get tired, and that is not stopping anytime soon that I can imagine. Whenever there is this fatigue, as it does say here, there's issues with instrument handling. It becomes hard to handle these very small cameras efficiently. There's, issues with variability. It becomes very inefficient again. And so with that being said, with the offers and, with the solution that this company does offer, it creates an opportunity for these surgeons to not have so much fatigue and to be a little bit more efficient and, cut down on some of that variability that has led to several instances of error. And as we can see here, whenever it comes to the statistics behind some of these issues, that will never change, in my opinion, whenever, with the current practices that we have, that 87% of laparoscopic surgeons suffer from performance-related symptoms. There's a 19% degenerative lumbar spine disease. The estimate of overall career prevalence for major MSDs in surgeons is 18% rotator cuff pathology and 9% carpal tunnel syndrome, and that's something that I could see very clearly as happening. Now, there's an estimate of 12-month prevalent in surgeons of 60% of them go through neck pain. And then the estimate of 12-month prevalence in surgeons have 52% shoulder pain. Now, again, I don't believe that this is going to change with the current laparoscopy and the current procedures that we do have. This is something that they cannot really control. At the end of the day, they might be, very intelligent people, but they are just human. And so they are going to go through shoulder pain, having carpal tunnel, having spine issues because of their practice. And the technology that this company offers can completely evolutionize and create an entire evolution of the entire practice of laparoscopy. Now, that does bring me into my third thing, my third catalyst as to why I do believe that this company is going to succeed in the long run, is that it has the potential to expand this out past their current field. I really do not like companies at all that are stuck in one field doing one thing for the rest of the company's entire lifetime. I don't like that because I feel like that's a bit of a containment, and I don't like feeling like my investment is, contained to a specific thing. Whereas a company like this one, they have potential to branch this thing out once they get all the approval and go through all the marks and figure everything out related around this industry. Now, there's one of two things whenever it comes to this. There's one, the fact that it can expand, but I like the fact that they're not yet. They're figuring out ways to minimize those variables and make this the most efficient procedures possible in order to benefit not only the patient but the surgeon as well. So what they're not trying to do is they're solely focusing on laparoscopy right now. They're not trying to expand it out to anything else, but they do have the capability to, and that's why I like it, because when the day comes that I think this company reaches their potential with this, the overall laparoscopy itself, whenever they figured out, okay, we've maximized this out all the way, our technology has gotten pretty much as good as it's going to get, what else can we include into our company to expand out our portfolio? Well, that's where this potential potential does come to play. So here we are, and I did go ahead and I pulled up robotic surgery. Now, robotic surgery is basically just going to be exactly what this company does, because they're going to have systems and there's going to be a type of software and technology that is going to allow this person to control a robot, quote unquote, that will then do the surgery. Now, there's reasons that people do prefer robotic surgery. As we can see here, that the cameras used by robotic systems are better and allow the surgeon a clearer view of the operation. Now, there are many different types of surgeries that can be used by robotic surgery. We have cardiology, gynecology, transplant surgery, gastrointestinal surgery, colon and rectal surgery, orthopedic surgery. It goes on and on and on, because the majority of these are very, they have the potential to be very invasive, but using robotic surgery and using these new practices make them very minimally invasive. And that is very, very important going on into the future here, because people are trying to be as minimally invasive as possible when it comes to procedures. So as we can see there, that they are not limited to only abdominal, surgery itself. There are other options in which they can pursue as time does go on. Because right now we do see that they are focusing on laparoscopy, which is typically just surgery that is used by cameras within the abdomen. But as time goes on, we can see them start to expand out, and I'm very, very excited, because as they do expand out, that enables their consumer base to grow as well, because some hospitals don't do what, just abdomen surgery or that type of laparoscopy. They might focus specifically like one of these, like on cardiology or colon and rectal surgery. And so that will then enable this company to sell or lease these products to these different companies in order to grow out the consumer base. And I think that is going to be a fantastic aspect of their overall business model. Let me know what you guys think about this all down below. Of course, this was all just my opinion, and it's all pretty speculative. I think there are some what ifs and some risks and some other if factors, but overall, I do think that these three are some very strong support bases that this company has in order to go on and find future success. So let me know again what you guys think. Now, of course, I will be, letting you guys in on a little secret that I am going to be starting an even bigger position in this company. I do have a very small position right now, but I do plan on increasing that up a little bit. Now, how much? What size of it? When am I doing it? That will all be in the Patreon. That will be released tomorrow. So if you are interested in that, definitely go check that out whenever it is released at 8 a.m. Eastern on Friday. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will be posting 2 to 3 times every single day, so I'll be seeing you all soon. Peace.